Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. Today we're in Napa, California. I've been here before, been here plenty of times, and we're here at the jail. That's right, you do not want to end up here. That's Napa County Jail and the administration building. So I'm working in this area, so I thought I'd show you the jail. Not inside, of course, but let's go take a walk right over here to that jewel. You see that? It's all about content here. So we're going to cross the street, and hopefully people pay attention to the rules, and pedestrians first, you know that. So a lot of times they don't like to pay attention to the rules of the road. So I got the DJI microphone on. So let's just go take a walk around Napa and see what we can see. You know, it's not easy, I've said it before, coming up with content every day. Look at that beauty. Yeah, that's like Starsky and Hutch, if you're that old. That's a custom, I don't know if those are stickers, but yeah, that's a Toyota 4Runner, and that's a Starsky and Hutch style. So back when Napa had their earthquake back in the day, a lot of these homes, I'll put you on wide view here. A lot of these homes and this church got a lot of damage. So it's been about 10 years, I would imagine, since the earthquake. I should have done some research. Maybe I can ask Google if when the camera is off. But yeah, there's a church right there. We'll do the old zoom in. Pentecostal or some kind of church. And usually these big churches like this, well, they are Catholic. So that's what's going to happen here today, is we're going to go take a look. Now you can see this building is new next to this. I wonder if that is the original. That must be the original, and then they added on to it, because look at, there's the steeple. Unless that's two churches. Presbyterian Day School. Okay, well, we'll zoom in on that steeple there. Yeah, there's the Presbyterian Day School. And this guy's Uber Eats. That's a job in itself right there. A lot of people want to have a job. Well, there's people that need their food delivered. Back in the day, you'd have to have a restaurant with a delivery driver, but they cut out the middleman, and now you just make your living just delivering food. So he goes and stands in line and just goes somewhere else. But there it is, the red door of the Napa Church. Now I guess that's a Catholic church, I'm just guessing, but if I do the old zoom in, there is an angel up there. Let's stop right here and we'll do zoom in. You see that angel up there? Yeah. I wonder if she had a problem when the earthquake came. So I'm not really sure how long she's been up there, but it looks like quite a ways. And if you look up there at the very top, let's go ahead and use that zoomer again. There's a weather vane. So that thing is worth some money right there, and as I'm zooming in on it, it actually spins with the wind. North, south, east, and west. So back out of that thing, there's a wide camera on this thing. But yeah, so right there, here's where it's going to tell you. That is the First Presbyterian Church of Napa. Connected, be transformed, and serve. Sunday worship, 9:30, 11 o'clock is their contemporary. So you can see that I'm standing right here on the corner of 1st Street. Actually, it's 3rd Street. So if you call this first, look at, there's a window that has been busted out. Wow, I wonder if that's intentional. What happened there? And there is 1975. They placed that rock there with that plaque, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if that window was busted out by vandals or what. It even looks like that window right there has some problems with it. You see how got holes in it. So yeah, these windows might just be old. They have those bars going across there. So I don't know what's going on with the windows there, but you can see one over there is completely out. So there's 1, 2, 3 windows that are actually in good condition and a couple that aren't. All right, right across the street from the First Presbyterian Church here is the Uptown Theater. And they have a tribute to Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, October 19th. So there you go. If you want to see a tribute band, well, poor Tom Petty, you know, you can be a drug addict, but you don't know what kind of drugs you're taking. I think he liked heroin and got a little bit of fentanyl. So that fentanyl will make you second guess of being a heroin addict, but if you're an addict, I don't think you really care. So I'll cross this street as soon as these cars get a little thinner, as they say, and we'll go check out the Uptown Theater. And look at Los Lobos, October 18th. So they're a band from the past. All right, we're just doing a quick little run around this corner here, and you can see right there, there's the Tom Petty tribute band, and there's somebody actually in the ticket booth. So let's see who's coming soon here. Yeah, you might be on here. Petty Theft is what they call that tribute band. And get the lead out. They have a whole bunch of, I guess you call that tribute bands. John Hyatt, boy, he's getting old. Matt Kearney. They even have a comedian, the Day Drinking Tour. So Mark Maron, All In. Yeah, it seems like they have a little thing of everybody. But there's Los Lobos. If you remember that band, 50th anniversary. Uptown Theater, built in 1937, completely restored by Art Deco grandeur and reopened in 2010. That's probably when that earthquake happened. So, yeah, right here in Napa, California. All right, a one take one here. We're just gonna roll down the street. Sugar and Lemon Body Sugaring Boutique. Are you telling me that they put sugar all over your body? I don't know. And look at that old hardware store. They don't make them like that anymore. Look at, that's where you go in, I do believe. So that guy's revving his engine and letting me know that he is the boss. So the boss is probably gonna go get some material. And there is the Napa hardware store. And there's that jail I was talking about. You don't want to end up there. So, all right, maybe we'll walk past this hardware store 1 block, see what time it is. Yep, I'm supposed to meet at 1 o'clock. So instead of sitting in my car, or truck, or whatever you want to call it, a work car, I don't think that's the right acknowledgy. But the work truck sounds better. Okay, there is the Napa hardware store. Selling everything. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware man. That's what they used to say. I don't know. Okay, there's a closed down library or something. It's got a fence all the way around it, so maybe that one's got, oh yeah, it's got some earthquake damage. You can see, let me lift up my selfie stick, and you can see those beams on the side over there. Yep, that's earthquake damage. They're slow to the party with that one. Let's walk in front and see what this building really is. But a lot of these government buildings, they don't have money to restore them. So it's the United States Post Office. Wow. They don't make them like this anymore. Let me turn this camera around and you can see some earthquake damage. You see that? Let's zoom in. You see all those cracks in the building? Yep, that's why this building is shut down. Let's do one more zoom in. Wow. Yeah, that's not good, is it? You can see that metal is basically tying it together. So if that metal wasn't there, that thing would fall down. All right, well, there you go. I'm not lying to you. That is the United States Post Office, and you can tell by the wood on that windows there that, yeah, it's been decapitated, or that's not the right word. Dilapidated, that's right. Boy, they don't make buildings like that. Look at that stonework. See that? Yeah, new buildings don't have that nowadays. But yeah, they got a couple lamps and lamp posts out here that are all covered up. But here, let's go take a look right here. You see those old lamp posts? All covered up. All right, well, we're still gonna keep walking around the block here. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to Napa, but if you like wine, well, this is the place to go. So, Antiques and Second. Antiques on Second. All right, let's just do one real quick little loop and get back to that job site. You always want to be early. You never want to be late. So if you're a new construction worker, you want to be 10 minutes early is on time. On time is late. So there is the antique. So you can get you an antique door here with an antique horse head with an antique ladder. Look at those old wooden ladders. I think they outlawed those wooden ladders, but I don't know how many people are buying antiques anymore. That's a far gone. Sometimes they're in session and sometimes they're not. Not a good camera angle when you're looking into the reflection. So there's one of those wine shops. So you just come out here and have a glass of vino, as they say, outer space, far out wine. So they're going for the alien theme there. And yeah, they're in there sipping it up. That lady says she's making a really good profit. So Norman Rose Tavern. A lot of alcoholics in Napa, believe it or not. People think, I'm not an alcoholic because I'm just drinking wine. Well, sorry guys. Look at cocktails. They'll call that 33 cocktails. Boy, you'd be on the floor if you drank 33 cocktails. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Kind of hard to read it. But here you go. I guess Napa has this little, let's go right over here and see some of this modern day art. I'm gonna stay hidden behind this little structure here so cars don't stop. I want them to keep going. I don't want to impede traffic. So I'm going to dart out as soon as I can. And it looks like right after this car, I can. All right, let's dart out here. That's called a jaywalking, right across. I should have went to the middle of the road, but here's some of that art that I'm talking about. Yeah, this is a little promenade. And I guess you call that hand art. It looks like a couple hands to me, doesn't it? I don't know. All right, well, we're gonna walk through the promenade here and see what we can see. But definitely gonna have lip lab. This is where you're gonna go get your lips worked on. So all those people in there are getting their lips, maybe they fill them up full of blue diamond. I'm surprised that ice cream, Boy, I'm glad that I have to get somewhere, because that is my kryptonite right there. The ice cream shop. So if you like ice cream, this is where you want to go, to this promenade. But I don't see a lot of business here. It's gotta be pretty expensive to have one of these businesses and not have anybody come into it. It seems like almost everything here is empty. But it is in the middle of the day on a weekday, so there's a foot shop where you get your mani-pedi. And if you're big time, I guess you can live up there in one of those condos. I don't know. All right, well, we just made our way through the promenade here. Oh, look at that. If you want, you can come sit on a squirrel here. Oh, that's nice. Mom's taking pictures and got the delivery guy delivering. All right, looks like somebody's moving into this place. Pardon our mess, Hastings. So I got the right attire on. I could probably walk in there, but I don't have my hard hat. Now let's see how many people here are drinking wine. Yeah, there's quite a bit. Now here's the deal is they say, well, if you are a wine drinker, then you're not an alcoholic. But if you're drinking wine every day and you just say, I'm gonna have a glass or maybe two. Well, I know a lot of people that start out with a glass and then they end up drinking a bottle, one bottle a night. And you see them in Trader Joe's. They go in there and they're trying to be discreet, but they are not. They know what they are. But here you go. Look at all the wine. Those are wine boxes. So that's probably all Napa wines right there. So even the people that have their new little sippy cups are drinking wine. Now here's some of that art. I don't know what that is, but it's art to somebody. Okay, I made my way to Kohl's, a brand new Kohl's it looks like. These doors are closed, it says. So all right, we just did a whole little walk through the Napa promenade. I think that's what you call it. A nice little skater spot. Look at that. If you're a skater, oh, you'd like that little ledge, wouldn't you? I don't know. Okay, there's a little bit of fire department connections, hose valves. So right inside that room is there's the drain. They actually got a little Vic coupling so you can hook something up and get your water out to the street. Yeah, you don't want to have your water running all on the sidewalk because people have to walk through it. So, all right. Well, this one's for rent. If you want a nice little rent space, look at that old cash register in there. Champagne. Yep, more wine and more soda and a typewriter. All right, Champagne. So that's a nice little for rent. If you want to rent a spot like that, well, let's see what's in there. Yeah, it's empty. They have fire sprinklers and it looks like they're up to date, so I'm not going to call them out on anything. Okay, there's some construction workers up there in the window, so it looks like whatever he's doing, he just walked away. But yeah, they're doing work up there. A TI is what we call that, a tenant improvement. That's right, a tenant improvement. So let's back this camera all the way out and keep walking and finish this video. You know, when I have the selfie stick, it is pretty obvious that I'm filming. So there's the old Overland hat shop. Look at all those nice hats. Fall into a cozy coat. All right, I'll fall into that cozy coat. Well, here you go. We're on First Street and Combs, like Sean Combs. So we will walk across the street as safe as we can. And like I said, there is more cocktails and tasting. So Napa is full of the alcoholic. All right, well, yep, I got 4 minutes to get back to my get back to my location where I'm working. Boy, that's not easy driving those things, is it? You gotta, everybody's parking on there with their Amazon. Let's cross the street real quick. There it is, cocktails, tastings, local made craft spirits. So yeah, it's one of those things where if you drink every day, well, I don't need to tell you what you are. But this is a small world restaurant, and this place gets a lot of business. This is one of those ones that might have a line out the door on the weekend, but. And look at that bike. That's one of those electric bikes that you really like. Those electric bikes. They got some power. All right, well, we just about did a whole walk around the block in Napa. And I got some footage. You know, like I said, it's not easy coming up with content, and some people might think this is boring, but I definitely walked by this one time and it was leaking. So somebody has been here and stopped the leak. That backflow was leaking, but their sign is faded. So I can write them up on that, but I'm not inspecting this. And yeah, there's their main drain with a lock and chain so no one can just open it. And they got about 55 pounds of pressure here. And look at the earthquake bracing. You guys don't see that on the East Coast, but that's what that is, earthquake bracing. So if there's an earthquake, well, that bracing is supposed to hold it. I don't know. All right, well, we got one more block and then I got to shut off this video. So before I do, we'll take a gander at this beautiful old building. And Napa is a pretty town, and you don't feel unsafe here. A lot of places you might feel safe. Now look at that wheelchair racer. He's racing. That's just not a normal handicapped person. He looked like he was racing. All right, well, we made it around the block, and I'll end this video right here at the Hall of Records. So if you want a record and maybe a record player, you just go down that hall and you might find some good music in there. You never know. And they even have the tequila plants out here. The agave are a cousin to it. All right, well, there you go. A walk around Napa. It wouldn't be the first time I did these kind of videos. When you're waiting for somebody, well, how long can you just sit in the car and do nothing? You get here early, but boy, I didn't think I would. My last job took a while. Let me just zoom you in on the seal of Napa here. Let's see if I can get that really good. There you go. The Napa County seal. And of course it has grapes. What else would it have? Yep. So a lot of alcoholics in Napa County. Maybe that's why they're building a new jail. But I'll hit this button right here, and that tells me that it is ready to go. So we're gonna end this video right here with a shout out to my newest subscriber, John. Well, he's been an old subscriber, but he stopped me when I was filming the Blue Angels and said hi. I met you once, but I forgot that. So nice to meet you, John. That's my first time I've ever ran into somebody out in public that watches my videos. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Napa block tours. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but if you've never been to Napa, now you have. All right, you know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, their sign's a little crooked, but I'm not going to say anything. Maybe I'll straighten it out. No, I'm leaving it alone. You just leave it alone. Keep on walking. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. I just saw you. And I just saw you. Up there. You can't hide, but you can if I keep shaking this camera.